Hey, hello, I'm Siddharth here. I've been experienced for the past 3 years in real estate, and we are today in the podcast with Saurav, who's an interior designer too.
Yeah,
Saurav, you can
right.
introduce yourself.
Yes, so I'm Saurav. I've been in the interior design industry for the past 2 years, and I've been also started my own company. And now I'm getting a podcast with Siddharth. It's very nice to meet you, bro.
Yes, nice meeting you, Saurav.
Yeah. So
So, yeah.
I wanted to ask you one. The most important thing question was, see, what is the first few steps for any guy or any beginner to start with the real estate journey?
See, I would recommend, like, suppose if you are a college grad student or suppose you are just getting into the real estate agent industry, then I would recommend you to get a license because if you do not have a license, then it is going to be really difficult, believe me. Because, like, how will you close deals? Like, if you see in today's market, today's city, like anywhere, like you go, like, real estate license is the most crucial role in the real estate industry, right? So like now you might ask like the real estate license thing is like very expensive for most of the people around nowadays. I would say the
Yeah.
people who are not having a job. So these people like now I will say like the license is around 10,000 rupees in India where we are living.
Yeah. Correct.
So for most of the children like come the
Yeah,
upcoming the
upcoming children,
upcoming
the
the
college grads won't be able to afford the 10,000 rupees for the starting.
yeah, exactly. So the upcoming children won't be able to get, or maybe they might get from their parents or whatever.
Yeah,
So I would recommend like you gather knowledge on real estate as like you can watch famous YouTubers or like you can like even like get started by just reading some good real estate books. You can ask ChatGPT to suggest some good real estate agent books,
yeah,
and it will like you gather knowledge. And once you have gathered knowledge, also I would like tell you like get the knowledge on sales because once you get the agent license like you have to just go to sightseeing guys like
yeah.
you're understanding
You
what I'm
would
trying
be
to say.
able to close the sale or sell the property.
Yeah,
You would
yeah,
be able
exactly.
to learn anything, nor you would be able to grow also.
Yes, so I would suggest you all to get the license first, and before getting even the license, I would suggest you all to get the knowledge first. Because as soon as you get license, I'm telling you, like it's not gonna help. Because if you do not have any prior knowledge on real estate, then it's gonna be like really difficult for you to get started in that particular industry because you'll be getting license. But how about closing deals? How about site visits? You need to get the ground knowledge for that.
Yeah,
So I would recommend you all to gather knowledge first, like at least like 4 5 months prior to that.
yeah,
Then get the license and you can start your own business. It could be a really head start, I would say, in that particular industry, right?
yeah. So for the you were saying that you need to gain knowledge. I wanted to ask, see, rather than gaining knowledge, what would you suggest to start your own business first, or you should work under a particular company and learn more before starting?
I would recommend you to work in a particular company, but before working in a particular company, the company definitely is not going to take you in any like even if you're going for Cushman Wakefield, Knight Frank, all these big companies,
Yeah,
they'll not take you like if you do not have any knowledge on that particular topic, right?
yeah, true.
So that's why knowledge is very important. Like
Yeah,
you can gather from many other sources. Like in today's social media generation, like you can gather a lot of knowledge on
yeah.
real estate.
Most of the
So gather good amount of knowledge, work as an intern, maybe for 6 7 months, because at the end of the day, even if you're not getting paid, you can
will
just
not
like
learn
you
anything.
can learn your know you can learn from that particular company, and then when you start your own real estate agent business, you
Mhm.
can start investing your all knowledge what you have gained from the company into that, and you'll become successful. Why won't you? Because you are usually getting you have got trained on the big companies, right?
Yeah,
Multi-million dollar companies.
correct.
So yeah,
So you have started your own business right now, the name Realty Ark. So I want to ask you, see, you have started your own business in a particular niche, or you are spreading your company into a variety of niches?
like I would say like you specialize in one niche. Like suppose if you're going with commercial real estate, then go into commercial real estate only. If you're going into the residential part, get into residential. If you're getting into the retail part, get into the retail part. But don't like get into 3 to 4 other business models like fractional ownership, Airbnbs, then residential, commercial, because you'll not be able to focus on one. I would suggest you to focus on one. I would recommend you all most of the real estate agent guys like who have just got it started into this particular section. like just get started with residential, because residential is like for 2 3 crores 5 crores you can just like start selling, and it will be actually really easy for you. But
Yes.
commercial is like, if you want to get into commercial, you can get with time after like the residential part, after you've got some good knowledge on real estate,
Yeah, because
when from the residential.
yeah,
So commercial you can get, but I would tell you to, before getting into the particular industry, defy your niche.
yeah,
Because if you do not defy your niche, you might get into 5 6 other places where you'll not be able to focus on one thing, and it's like two rabbits in one bush.
mhm,
Which to even get it to, right?
yeah,
You'll not be able to get even one rabbit. So you should focus on one rabbit. So focus on one thing, I will say.
yeah. True. So if you won't focus on one thing, we'll be just dangling around into new places and not be earning and wasting our time at the same time.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah. So and I would also suggest people to focus for the more the residential part, because that will be much more easier to close the sale also. Because when you're dealing with the commercial parts, the closing of sales will be much more harder, because you are being tracking with the big companies, the $1 million companies, and they will ask you the do you have any prior knowledge of setting in the real estate places or not. So, what are the common
Yes.
mistakes do you think people often make while joining a company or making their own new company in the real estate business?
Now I will say, like, let's go with that common mistakes that usually agents often make. Agents often make mistakes of not getting knowledge. Like, they do not have knowledge, first of all. That's the first thing, and usually they are really lazy.
Huh.
Like, they, like, suppose if they get any data, or they have to make a call. Like, they would not make a call.
Yeah.
Like,
Even though
they will just like sit on it, then they will just maybe after a week or two they won't follow up. Like,
Mhm.
these are some certain things in a real estate agent industry. You should be like a spot on guy. Like, you should be like every day I should send this emails. Every day this is the marketing campaign I should be putting in. This is the message I should be sending to this particular guy. You should make notes. Like, you should be like really hardworking, because in today's real estate agent industry, I will say most of the agents are really lazy. Like, they will just sit upon any particular project. They might do 2 to 3 other deals in
They
the
lack
market,
discipline a
like
lot.
once a month, something like that.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be doing like that. You should be like just spot on. Like, if the work is there, you should be doing the work. Like, every single day. Like, try to send emails, try to follow up,
Yeah.
get to the site visit, get the brochure, understand the project requirements, call the customers. All these things, if you do, definitely, like, you will be standing out from the particular market,
Yeah.
right? And if you see that the common mistakes, like, how can you avoid them? As I said again, you gather knowledge from the professionals like Robert Kiyosaki or all the other people. Like, you can gather knowledge from them. Like, Chris Cron is there, Ryan Serent is there.
Yeah.
Like, there are many people out there who you can actually gather knowledge from.
Yeah.
Like, these will actually like teach you the body language, communication, on how to handle your business if you are into the real estate business. Like, how you can handle your business, how you can become successful in that particular industry.
Yeah.
So you can follow that. Like, you can avoid a lot of mistakes what most of the agents do.
Yeah. And the
Understanding?
main way to avoid those mistakes is to be disciplined also. Yeah.
Yes, discipline is one of the most important things, I would say.
Yeah, because if we do a particular thing, we have started a particular thing, we should at least do it till the end and get a result. Because if we just do
Yes.
for a day or two and then we'll stop and then we'll ask ourselves that, oh, we are not getting any results, so we should close and we should hop on to the another part. That's the foolishness, bro.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So the
Any
what
other questions, bro?
Yeah, so I want to ask you, what are the some essential tools or resources that every real estate agent should be using while finding their niche, finding their new projects and the people they need to sell?
What you said, can you repeat the
Uh,
question?
Um, Essential tools or resources that every real estate agent should be using in their knowledge.
Essential tools.
Yeah,
Okay, you should be having, the first and the foremost thing I would say, you should have 1 to 2 real estate apps. It might be 99 acres, it might be having square yards. You should be just on those particular platforms to get the market trends, to know which property has been listed, which property price is what, whether it is high, whether it is low. which particular marketplace or a particular location the prices are going high. You can know a lot of information. You can even like get into the news reality at reality, that's the economics times reality,
Yeah.
that can give you a good amount of knowledge on the particular market on real estate. That is some things I would say that you should have Google Sheets to at least keep track on your real estate, like customers or whatever, or the follow-ups, whatever you are going to track your customers, whatever it might be. Like these are the particular tools, like I would say it is really mandatory for a person to have. Like, and you should have at least a notepad kind of a thing, because when you go to a particular site visit, you should be having a notepad with yourself so that you can at least put in the information on that notepad. So whenever you are going to take the customer for a site visit, you will be actually be able to show him with the right knowledge. Or it might be, sometimes it might be happening like I do not have my notepad and I do not know what suppose I might fuck it up in the particular square built up area, carpet area, or many other
Or
things.
you might forget some
Understand?
few points of the place itself.
Yes, exactly. So that is something I don't want to get into. So have a notepad, have a Google Sheet, have 2 to 3 other real estate particular apps or platforms you should be on. So at least you'll be able to know at the particular right time whatever knowledge or whatever the industry is offering me, I'll be at least updated.
Yeah. So you started your company around 2 years ago. So what
Yes,
did
I
you do?
have.
Yeah. So what did you do to get your uh, a good network and the first clients in this whole competitive market?
See, I would say my head start was my dad who was into real estate. That's the
Mhm.
first thing I would say.
Yeah.
Because he was already into sales and I have gained a lot of sales and marketing skills from him. And of course, I have gotten a lot of knowledge from my also interest, that is through reading
True.
or many other stuff that I can just name it off. But I would say that the things that really make me stand out and make me start the real estate company was because I had a crucial interest in this particular industry, because my whole family has been in this real estate industry, might be in a particular industry or some other particular industry, but the main prior the middle focus was always real estate. So real estate is something where I see as the customers get a lot of like profits, like the higher ROIs are usually through real estate. Like have you
Yeah.
seen like real estate prices going down? No,
No,
absolutely
no,
not. Like if you see stocks, the prices go up and down, you can always like it's 50-50. But if you see in real estate, it's like always the
yeah.
prices like
Either the prices are stable or they always go up.
yes, yes. So real estate and actually, if you see the highest benefit a customer can get is only through real estate.
True.
So even if you see, if you are dealing in luxury properties, or maybe when it comes to cash flows, if you are talking about cash flows for your particular industry
Yeah.
or your particular whichever industry you might be in, or you are making profits out of that, you will be able to make higher profits from real estate. If you have seen, whether it might be whatever the business model, you will be able to make more than any other industry if you have started just a business.
Yeah. Because in the real
so
estate, the
so that is why I have started that is why I had started my real estate company. Of course, it was started with my dad, of course, but now I have taken on. So yeah, that is the way it
yeah,
is.
because most of the time you can even see that the tax percentage on the real estate properties, and if you are investing in your properties or you are investing in a building or a construction part, the taxation is also very less. You can save a lot more money. Plus, you can make more money when the prices go up in the future.
Yes, exactly.
So, how do you balance learning the ropes and earning a steady income when you first started your company?
See, I would just say that if you want to create a steady income, first, see, as soon as you get into the real estate industry, you cannot make a very good income out of it.
Mhm.
So I'll tell you very clearly. Like the head start is you just join a company, gather knowledge, get a salary. I would recommend you to get into the salary part, like just for 1 year. Like gather knowledge, just gather knowledge, because it's not like the real estate is not the kind of industry you can just get into and you can make lakhs or crores out of it. Like it might take time, but once it starts yielding out, like you will be able to like yield a lot out of that particular industry, that is real estate.
Yeah,
So don't think that I'm gonna make a lot of like cash flows if I start my real estate company. That's not all a very good stable income. Like you, I would recommend you to go get a job or join as an intern. Like understand how the real estate industry works, how the market works, and then you can after the things you have saved up,
Yeah.
with the period of time and the knowledge you have gained from that industry, then you can decide if you want to get into this industry, or you don't want to get into this industry, or you want to start your own business on this particular industry. You can decide for yourself, because that knowledge is more than enough for a person to make a decision whether he wants to get into that or not.
So as we were talking about the steady income, so I want to ask you, um, how would you teach, or what would you suggest the new agents on choosing the right brokerage for their when to join, and what the right brokerage they should earn and all?
Like, see, right brokerage, I wouldn't say there's something such as in the real estate industry. There's nothing such as right brokerage. It depends on the city.
Mm,
Okay,
okay.
like now it depends on the city. Now suppose I'm living in Mumbai. Okay, now if I close a brokerage deal here, I will get 2% out of it. But suppose if I close a deal in Willamins, that is in Goa, I will get 8%. Or in Rajasthan, I might be dealing in 18%. Like in Rajasthan, like it depends on the particular location. So it cannot be like I can get a ride brokerage. It depends on how many sales you're closing, how many site visits are you showing the customers.
Hmm.
It depends on that. If your that process is right, automatically you will get good amount of brokerage, right?
Yeah. So any key legal and ethical considerations any for the new agents that you should know while
I
starting?
would say just the legal side. I would say just get the license, because if you do not have a license as you close and you close a deal, that you won't get the money from the broker or the developer. So I would recommend you all to start, if you want to really start in this industry, like get the license. License is the most important thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how can you help the new brokers in uh, through the new online marketing strategies and the social media to grow their business and all?
Agency first is like start your Instagram account. Like
Okay.
I'm telling you, like you have to create content, because if you're not creating content on
You
Instagram
know who
or
you.
on Facebook groups or on YouTube, you have to create content. Like I'm telling you, just create content. I'm telling you, like just create a podcast, like what currently we are doing. Like
Mhm.
create a podcast, have a conversation with friends. Just add like add some experienced people to your particular podcast.
Yeah.
Add some people who can really give value. See,
Yeah.
wherever value is there, automatically customers are there, automatically audience is there.
Hmm.
So I would recommend anyone to create content and post on Instagram. Even if you're not getting any likes, believe me, in the future, if really you want to get into this industry to the top level, you have to create content, you have to give value to the customers. So get your Instagrams. You can market on Instagram for a particular listing if you are really wanting to like scale your business, scale your particular anything. It doesn't matter. You have to have your socials. That might be Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
and basic like 99 acres, or like where you can actually list your ad.
Okay. Yeah. True.
So like the basic stuffs, you should have this, and just post like every day or twice a week might also do, but at least you will have a social presence. So someone, if you're networking with a big guy in that industry,
Hmm.
you can actually add value to him, because he'll see like, okay, this guy is creating content, like he might be doing something, he
So
might be having
so
some
at least he
knowledge on that
has some.
particular
He
industry.
knows something.
That is why he is being able to create a podcast, give knowledge to his audience, though he might be not getting much likes and subscriptions and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if he can see that I'm a content creator, why won't he like invest in you? Or maybe not in for the investment, he might give you a job in a particular good company, or maybe as an investor, it might be whatever. So it depends. Like everything is through social media. Like today, in today's generation, the main source is social media.
Yeah.
Like create content,
Yeah.
that
So
is the
that
most important thing,
people
and
will
you
know
can
that who
market
you
also.
are. That you are existing in this world. Because if
Yeah,
you
and
don't create the
you
content,
can
nobody will know that you are there actually in the company or in the market right now.
Yeah, and you can market, like suppose if there is a new listing for Luda or any particular project,
Okay.
you can like post on 99 acres, and you can, with great photography of course, but
Yeah.
and you can add to marketing campaigns, story advertisement on Instagram. You can at least sell, you can make the customers know that this is one site visit you can come for, this is an open listing, you can come and you can just be interested. If you're interested, you can take it from me. Like that is only possible through social media, right?
True. At
So
least
social media is very important. Set up a social media ASAP.
yeah. So, for my last thing, I wanted to ask, what advice would you like to give to the new agents, which have been started just in a month or so, to stand out this whole crowded real estate market?
Like, see, the number one advice I would give for the agents looking to stand out in a crowded place like a market of real estate
Yeah,
is find a mentor.
yeah. Oh,
Find a mentor ASAP,
true.
because the kind of knowledge and the kind of insights a mentor can give you, you won't get it from any experience, any company.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, find a mentor. If you have to work for them, under them for free, get into that.
yeah. At least you will
Mentor is the
start,
number one thing,
and you,
because mentors have that knowledge, have the years of experience in that real estate thing. So I'm telling you, anything, even if you get into business, you have to have a mentor.
yeah,
Because if you do not have a mentor, how will you get into that business? You don't know the crux of that business, you
yeah.
don't know the ins and outs,
You don't
you
know.
don't know the
You're
market, you
gonna,
don't know how to do that business.
yeah.
So you have to get into the ins and outs, and that can be only possible
With the
by
mentor.
mentor.
Yeah, the
Men-
mentor will.
after mentor
Yeah,
after mentor, the number one thing I will say is gain knowledge always. Don't reach a point where you can say that I know everything, I know everything related to real estate. Maybe after reading 6 7 books, or maybe reading after listening to 7 8 podcasts. Don't get into that
yeah,
where you think that I know everything.
yeah.
No, it's never gonna happen. You always are gonna lack out
Because
of
if
knowledge.
you
So
think
you have to
you know
always keep
everything, you
yourself
will.
updated,
Yeah,
and you have to always keep yourself updated by the big players, and always listen to the big players, I would say, or your mentor if you have a mentor. Always keep yourself updated with new knowledge, whether it is through books, podcasts, videos, whoever mentor, it doesn't matter. Keep yourself updated always.
yeah.
These two to three things, if you keep in your mind, and of course hard working is also important.
Yeah,
If
true.
these two to three things, if you have in your place, at the right place, I would say, in your life, believe me, you can stand out of the crowd a million times.
Yeah, because if you think that yeah, I know everything, you will stop updating yourself. You'll stop listening to others, and will stop focusing on doing new things that might help you in the future. Because you think no, I have done everything now. This is the only thing which can be done. No new things will be added right now, and I'll be able to grow from this only. No, no, that's false.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So that is the way it is. Any other questions or you have for me?
No, bro, it's all over. Very
Yes.
nice meeting
Okay.
you, bro. After a very long time, we
Yes.
met.
It was actually from a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you in next podcast. If you, I guess you're gonna put me in the new podcast also. I don't know.
Yeah, my new podcast coming next week. I will put
Yes.
you
Yes.
on.